What's up, guys? Swift here, getting ready for the NFL draft. Today I have my Drake Maye scouting report. This is another elite quarterback prospect who is ranked in the top 5 unanimously by scouts around the league. He's a 21-year-old who has a lot of Justin Herbert in his game. He's 6'4", 3/8", 223 pounds. He has 32¼ inch arms and 9 1/8 inch hands. He has a 17-10 record as a starter playing at North Carolina. He has 2 years of awesome production. In 2022, he threw 38 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, 4,300 plus yards passing, nearly 700 rushing yards, and 7 rushing TDs as well. This year he fell back down to earth a little bit, 24 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, but he totaled 4,000 total yards and ran for another 9 touchdowns. This guy's an impressive athlete and an awesome quarterback prospect. Let's go ahead and get right into his strengths and weaknesses. At over 6'4" and 223 pounds, he looks built to play in the NFL. He has the prototypical size to play the quarterback position. He's also an awesome athlete, although he hasn't tested yet. He looks to be a guy who can do a lot of damage with his legs in the NFL. He's big, physical, strong, and fast. He also has a big-time arm and can make any throw on the field. He's also seen throwing off-platform and with different arm angles a la Caleb Williams. He does an excellent job progressing through his reads and maneuvering in the pocket. He can make tight window passes and throw with anticipation. He's big enough to shed blocks and break out of tackles. He's also very aggressive and he loves to attack defenses downfield. Drake Maye has shown flashes of elite accuracy and ball placement, as well as the ability to throw with anticipation. He has great accuracy on deep ball throws. He's a big-time playmaker, capable of beating teams with his arms or legs. I see a ton of Justin Herbert in his game, and scouts and GMs are going to fall in love with his skill set. So what are his weaknesses? Inconsistency is the biggest one. He misses way too many easy passes. His evaluation was frustrating at times because he shows elite accuracy at all 3 levels of the field, but he continues to miss easy layups and ends up holding his offense back at times. Like most of these college quarterbacks, he did operate a lot of one-read looks, and he was inconsistent with his ability to read coverages and his footwork in the pocket. He throws too many dangerous passes, and his mechanics can be inconsistent at times. His release speed is okay, but his throwing motion contains a long windup with his arm that can be problematic in the NFL. You don't want guys dropping their arm down and winding up before they throw. That leads to a lot of fumbles in the NFL. He also has a tendency to lock onto his primary receiver and use his arm talent to fit the ball in. That will be a problem in the NFL. He relies too much on his arm talent and he will pass up easy throws. He has that big-time arm, but too many times his receivers would have to slow up and wait for the ball downfield. He needs to be better at leading guys and throwing with anticipation. He just relies too much on his arm, and he throws too many dangerous passes. He's also similar to Caleb Williams in that he loves to take those home run shots and will sometimes pass up easier throws to take a more difficult shot downfield. Drake Maye will also leave the pocket too early, scrambling into pressure too often. But how would Drake Maye fit the Chicago Bears? This is where it gets interesting. I've heard a lot of people bringing up the possibility of the Bears not taking Caleb Williams, but most seem to mention Jaden Daniels as the guy they would take in that scenario. I disagree. I think Drake Maye would be that guy. He has the size and athleticism that Ryan Poles prefers, and he has the big-time NFL arm. He's also produced at a high level for back-to-back seasons, and he has everything a GM looks for. A big-time arm, prototypical size, great accuracy, and a ton of athleticism. He's not the runner that Jaden Daniels is, but he has the sturdier build and bigger arm. Drake Maye would be the Bears' quarterback number 2 option if you ask me. If they trade down to number 2, I think Drake Maye would be the guy. Although I still think Ryan Poles has made his decision and that Caleb Williams is the guy. But in that rare instance that he's not, I think it would be Drake Maye, not Jaden Daniels. The bottom line is Drake Maye is a tantalizing prospect that looks like an NFL quarterback. He is not without question marks, and he still has a lot of raw tools that need to be properly utilized and developed at the NFL level. But he's a guy who has a ceiling of a Justin Herbert style player as long as he's put in the right situation. Scouts will also see flashes of Josh Allen in his game as well, especially when he runs. He has franchise quarterback upside, and he's my number 2 ranked quarterback in this draft class, behind only Caleb Williams. Now let me explain why I prefer Drake Maye to Jaden Daniels. First off, it's close. Both are really special quarterback prospects, but I prefer Drake Maye slightly, mainly due to his size and his ability to throw off platform. Those two things both translate into the NFL. A lot of the plays Jaden Daniels made do not translate as well into the NFL. But as long as he learns how to protect himself and keeps developing, I think Jaden Daniels will also be a really good quarterback. That's why you hear a lot of scouts talking about the big 3 as far as quarterbacks this year, and that the draft is most likely to start out quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. It's tough, and I'm not going to argue with anyone who likes Jaden Daniels more. I get it. Jaden Daniels had the best tape of any quarterback in 2023. But when projecting them into the NFL, I currently have Caleb Williams number 1, Drake Maye number 2, and Jaden Daniels coming in at number 3. Quarterbacks are hard to evaluate, and it's a process I will continue refining as I move forward. One of my biggest points, though, when it comes to these quarterbacks and how they translate into the NFL, is situation really matters. What talent they are surrounded with, what coaches they have, and how they are developed really matters in the NFL. A lot of fans forget this, and they don't realize that if you swap some quarterbacks out and put them in other positions, people would have completely different views of certain quarterbacks in the NFL. I won't go into some names, but there are guys who are overrated due to the positions they are in, and other guys who are just blasted on, who have never had a real chance to develop in the NFL. That's life. It's not fair. But where these 3 quarterbacks go, Drake Maye, Caleb Williams, and Jaden Daniels, will help determine how successful they are in the NFL. The Bears offer the unique opportunity to present these rookies with the best position out of any of those guys going into their rookie seasons. As Bears fans, we got to be happy about that. To me, I like Drake Maye a lot, though. This is a guy with a big-time arm, a lot of Justin Herbert and Josh Allen in his game. But he needs to go to a situation like Justin Herbert did if he wants to be successful early in the NFL. He's going to need weapons around him, and he's going to need help on offense. Honestly, I don't want the Vikings to get any of these top 3 quarterbacks. I think that's my biggest point here. I put a lot of work into these scouting reports. I watch a ton of tape on these college guys. Please hit the like button for me. If you're interested in seeing all 22, I have to put it on my Patreon. I'll have the link in the description below. I'll also drop a lot of them on my Facebook page as well. Stay tuned, guys. I have a ton of content on the way. And until next time, bear down.